Hi, everybody. I'm going to show you quickly how to create your own map using Google Maps. There should be a link in the post today, but if you look at my URL right now, it's just google.com/map/d, and you're going to come to a page like this. It's going to show your maps within Google as long as you are signed into your ICS account. And the first thing you're going to need to do is click Create a New Map. Okay, so choose that button. It's going to take you to a new page. And this is where you can start adding layers. So if you looked at the slides, it said that you could be as creative as you want to about the layers that you add. You could do travels within one country. You could do travels within your entire life if you could sort that, or maybe even just your favorite places. But you can kind of zoom in into one location if you want to. You can zoom out to the entire globe. I decided to focus on my travels from the November break on because I hit a few different countries in that time. So I just want to show you really quickly. I'm going to go ahead and retitle this map. So give it a new name. And I'm just going to call it Fall 2021. All right. And then I'm going to need this button here to add layers. So when I'm in a layer and I click on it, as long as there's more than one, you'll see it has a blue next to it on the left-hand side, okay? I'm gonna search a location. So I know I started in November. I was in Addis. So I'm gonna choose that. It's gonna zoom in there. And then I'm gonna hit this Add to Map. So it will add it there. And this becomes my first layer. So I might rename this layer Ethiopia, okay? And now it's on my map. So I'm going to make sure to click in the next layer so that it shows blue. And I went from Addis to Paris. So I'm going to choose that one and I'm going to hit add to map. So now you can see I have Ethiopia and then I have untitled in Paris. So maybe I'll just rename this one France. Okay. Then I know that I had a change of plans here, and rather than fly back to Addis as originally planned, I flew to Atlanta, Georgia. All right, I'm going to add that to my map and I might rename this one Georgia. Okay, and then I flew from Georgia to a small town in Florida. So I'm going to add that. Oops, there it is. Click on it again. Make sure I hit add to map, and then I'm going to rename that layer. Okay, so it's pretty simple to add the locations to your map. And then I know that once the holiday was over, I need to add a layer first. Otherwise, it's going to throw it under my Florida layer. So let me add another layer. Okay. And now I know that this time I went to DC. Okay. And I'm going to add that to my map. And I'm going to rename this layer. And then finally, I flew from DC back to Addis, which is showing blue here because I've actually already put it on my map. Whoops. See, I took it back up here. It went right back to my original location. Here in this one, I'll make sure that's highlighted. I might even zoom in if I really wanted to be accurate, and maybe I'll try just to include it both. Maybe I'll choose this one, and I'll add our school to my map. All right, so that's in my last layer, and that's where we are today. And I'll just rename this Ethiopia again. Okay, so that's the first step. So you've created a map and you've added your layers and your locations. Okay, now if I hit preview, just to see what it might look like, you can see that it just has all the different locations on the map. So something you can do is go ahead and add these lines linking up your different markers. So I'm going to hit add a line. And what I like to do to make this easy is click on the location, okay, and then click that button. So it starts my line. You can see it's kind of dragging and I haven't let go. It's still just waiting for me to choose the next place. And I kind of discovered that it was easiest to come over here, click on the next location, And I might have to zoom out a bit to find that marker. There it is. And sometimes if you click on there, it'll sort of automatically choose like the drop down spot. So I'm going to choose that marker. And then if I just hit enter, it makes that line. So I might just put, when I name this line, I'm going to name it Addis to Paris. Okay. All right. And you can see it puts it right there. Okay. So I like to click out of there and zoom out. All right. So you're going to keep making those connections between the locations on your map. And rather than sit here and make you watch me do this, I'm going to show you one that I've already created. So coming back here, you can see I added a line from, if I scroll back up, right here, I start in Addis, and then it shows Addis to Paris. Okay, and that's under the France layer. And then the next one is Paris to Atlanta, Atlanta to Florida. And I could zoom in there and see it a little bit better. And then finally, Florida back to DC and DC to Addis. Okay, so when you make the map, it looks like this. You can also click this button here on the base map to change what the base map looks like. So you can, I think it automatically sets it to this one, and you can change it however you want to. And then you can play around in here. I edited the colors just so you could see the different stops a little bit better. And you can see if you zoom in certain places, you'll be able to see those transitions in those lines. So you can be as creative as you want here with how you organize your map and what you're actually mapping. But this is what it will look like once you're able to share it. So hit the plus to create a new map, add your different layers, choose a location, and then add the connecting lines. And that's it.